Bradley Martyn right now, my boy Bradley, is trending right now in the MMA world.
Oh, yo, they hate me right now.
Well, welcome to the MMA world. It's a love and hate. Yeah.
I love it.
It's a give, yeah.
I appreciate all of it.
Yeah, you love it. They hate you.
No, I'll put it all. I love it. I appreciate it. It's all good. I love it.
Now, I think the clip of us is on Twitter's at over 8 million views now of you saying, I told you Mighty Mouse would beat you up.
Yeah.
Now, little update on that. I spoke to Mighty Mouse yesterday.
Yes.
Spoke to Mighty Mouse because he reposted the clip, and I was like, yo, man. And I tell everybody, all fighters hit me up about you. I'm like, Bradley's my boy. Good dude.
Yeah.
Trolling also, but he's really humble, works his ass off, disciplined. Like, you guys anybody who meets you is going to love you. Like, there's the Bradley you see on YouTube or whatever, on Instagram at Zoo Culture. Yeah. And there's the Bradley I know. That's guy, you know. I like both of them. So I told Mighty Mouse, I'm telling you, good dude. And he's like, yeah, no doubt. He's like, just tell him I'm down. He's like, it's not going to go well. I'm like, no, I know. That's why I wanted it to go down. And he goes, I have to go on vacation. I think he's going. I'm not going to say where he's going, but he said, I'm going on vacation, so let's figure it out, but I'll come to L.A.
I can't wait.
Just let me know.
I can't wait.
Dude,
I do that at your studios? I'm like, I'll figure out some mats. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
Dude,
man.
I saw Bradley Martyn outside beating up a homeless guy. That was
No,
crazy.
no. That's only on That's only like Monday through Tuesday.
No,
man.
but that is crazy. Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
When you first were like challenging people to street fights, like why? How did that come about?
I was never challenging people to street fights. It was just kind of like, I knew that it would be a troll. This is how it started. I asked Devin Haney just because I knew that I'd get a reaction. Right? I knew that people, because I know people are always divided by that. Versus, like, obviously, I'm not a trained professional. Devin Haney fighting his whole life, right?
Devin Haney, Devin Haney, I do think you put a beat down on.
I'm gonna double.
Not in boxing.
No, not boxing.
No.
I'm gonna triple.
Street fight.
In a ring, he would beat the shit out of everybody.
Sure.
At the same time.
I'm gonna triple down on that one. I think I could beat him in a street fight. Okay.
I agree.
Nate
with that.
Diaz was a complete troll.
Yeah, that one felt like more troll. Like
before that
guys being
podcast.
That's where he fucked up, right? You know, that's where he fucked up.
For sure, because Nate.
But also Nate is like where we come from.
Yeah.
Nate is royalty. So like when you did that, that's when the fan base like, that's our man.
So
listen,
I kind of like the double down on Nate though. I was like,
no, the triple down on
Haney.
This is not double down on Nate. Nate, I knew because I had met Nate multiple times before.
He's a good dude.
And I had the idea going into it. I was like, I'm gonna ask him if he would who'd win a street fight. And I was thinking, I was gonna see if he would like actually try to like, because I feel like he's the kind of guy who'd try to fight me on the spot.
He's a rattlesnake.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be like, get up right now,
Right.
do it.
He's like, out of all the guys you called out, he's like one of the legit ones. Like, oh really?
So that's
and not even be mad about him. Like, let's go. Let's see how you do.
So that's why I did it. Obviously, like I'm not trying to fight Nate Diaz.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a troll. And then I just kept playing with it. And then when obviously I talked to you about it, and it's funny to me. And like people's reactions is great.
I think that's because like the people's reactions is very like, oh, this is kind of
Oh, weird. It sounds like you know what you're doing.
Man.
Oh, weird. It sounds like you know what you're doing for clicks and you know what I'm saying, for views. And like it's also a good. It's just entertaining because a lot of people are actually like, oh, Bradley would kill Mighty Mouse, or Bradley would kill Nate Diaz. Look how big he is. Look how strong he is. He lifts all this weight. And then the people that on our side are like, no, dude. Like there's
also like I was talking to you on my pod. There's also that air to like just the uncertainty of it. I'm not talking about being in a ring and fighting these guys in a fucking ring.
It's on the street, yeah. It's dark.
I'm talking about like there is an air to like who fucking knows. Obviously the chances they're very low.
It'd be funnier if you weren't big and athletic and 250 pounds.
That's why it's divisive.
That would be hilarious.
But see if he was.
But you have, right?
Well, I mean, I've lost every time.
He actually did this.
It wouldn't have the same effect though. Like
no.
The reason why it's so divisive is because you have people off bat are just like, oh yeah, he's huge. Look at him. But like they don't understand the details.
Well, and I think also because it's you, because it's like Bradley Martyn. You know what I mean? Like I think that really is where.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I think any ranked flyweight could probably take you in a street fight. Any 125 or maybe even unranked, dude. I think there's a couple dogs outside the top 15.
I don't know.
That's
man.
my take on it.
I think I'm gonna start just.
I don't know about that. Mighty Mouse for sure. Mighty Mouse.
What about him? Because he's just so well versed and everything.
Well, he's the GOAT. Some refer to him as the GOAT.
Good.
It's either him or John Jones. There's a debate for either.
I mean, John Jones, like that's kind of easy for me. I feel like
I give it to John Jones. Mighty, you know I love you. I give it to John Jones because he's fighting at a heavier weight class. There's less room for air. So I always, in the level of competition.
We're talking about as the GOAT.
As the GOAT. So I usually give it to John for pound. But there's the argument for Mighty Mouse all day. Mighty Mouse is it's gonna be tough, dude. And he's in like I was talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, I've grappled with 300 pounders."
Well, that's where my perspective is. Like, dude, these people when they come through like the amateur and the pro ranks, even before the UFC, like they likely are getting rounds with huge motherfuckers and fighting so many guys. Like
me and your boy Pettis. Me and Pettis rolled together.
Yeah,
when I was in the UFC. Like,
yeah.
He's small for me.
And Anthony was probably holding his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a dog on the ground.
Yeah.
It's such a funny fucking joke though because of how much it stirs people up. I love it. It is pretty fun.
I'll be honest, man. Like I just did jiu-jitsu today, and I've dabbled here and there. I've spent some time more consistently than others, and I just want to say first and foremost, I have so much respect for people who do it because it's not what people think it is, which is why I think the community who's in it gets so riled up because they know what it is.
Yeah, and then you see like comments like, "Oh, it's just a big dumb jock." I'm like, that doesn't work here. Just because he works out in the gym has muscles, he can't be dumb. He's an entrepreneur, millionaire.
I've also been doing YouTube,
self-made. It doesn't work.
Did you say I'm also a YouTuber?
No,
Don't forget about that.
I've been doing YouTube. I've been doing the internet shit for 13 years.
Yeah, and doing well at it.
I own 2 gyms. Like I have a supplement company. I have a apparel company. Like I've done everything. So
that narrative doesn't work. It's like just like you didn't do your research on Mighty Mouse, they're not doing the research on you. So I'm like saying he's a big meathead doesn't work here. You gotta run with something else.
It would be funny if they've got you locked on like a Darce and you're like, I have a supplement company.
Well, honestly, that's not why I'm gonna